Do you know what's caused this? Is all these fucking people pissing and moaning that the game's been delayed again. This game's been delayed again. I've been looking forward to this game for 7.5 weeks. It's my favourite game of the year. I've not played it yet. And then they're like, right, fine, here's your fucking game. The game's fucking broken.
Welcome back to episode 21, where today we talk about Nintendo patent that makes 2 dual screens handhelds, Alan Wake copying Resident Evil, a classic N64 game coming to the Switch, a new Ambernick device that gets us excited, real worth money for a fatality? Really? A Zelda remake for 2023, a new analog system coming out, and on top of that, this Hogwarts game is going to be a complete meme fest on the Switch. So let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome back to the DRT show, episode 21! I'm James and here with me is my sexy handsome companion, Graham! How's it go, buddy?
Good, man. I'm fucking delighted to be back into the swing of things. Getting there slowly but surely, but I was looking forward to this podcast. I'm looking forward to getting back on it. And my room and everything's still a bit of a shit tip and a bit all over the place. So.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Tell everyone what's been going on, because it's been a bit of a time for you over there, hasn't it?
So, we went to Portland and then
we
went to Seattle.
We did.
And while I was away, my kitchen and bathroom got ripped out. And then it was meant to be done like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. And it's getting there slowly but surely. So I've had doors ripped out, I've had skirtings ripped out, tiles ripped up, basically fucking dust absolutely everywhere.
It's been great.
And I've been spending the better part of the last like 3 days dusting in here. And I've got a bag of just shit that I've decided to throw away down there. Nothing cool. No cool shit. Just shit.
Just absolute
like
nonsense.
Cardboard.
Oh, God.
But not the good kind of cardboard that's got like games. Like just shite
that.
random cardboard.
Yeah, just the rubbish stuff.
Oh, and it's Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Yes, as of recording this is Halloween, so it's been pretty cool. Since I've got back from Portland, I've been all over the place. I've been very poorly. I hurt my back while we were away.
You had a fucking bad time when we got back, huh? You were your shoulder and neck as well, was it?
It was my shoulder, and then it moved down to my lower back because I think I was like compensating for it. And then literally, it wasn't fun, and I really felt older than I actually am as well. I genuinely, it was that thing of like in the mornings I'd be sat in the bed like trying to like convince myself that this was a good idea to get up. Do you know what I mean? I was like, it was like that. But I'm back up to about 80% now. I've been back in work, which absolutely sucks. But hey ho, there is lots of stuff coming out for the channel over the next couple of weeks. Well, it's been a busy old time. We have got some really cool stuff coming up. So at the moment we're working on the Portland Retro Gaming Expo video. Where we explain some of the stuff that went down and what went on, and it's going to be really
what happened
cool.
in Portland stays in Portland. Just saying.
What happened in Portland stays in Portland, but what happened
you're
in the
only going
Gaming
to see
Expo,
like 20% in Portland.
Yeah, you're only going to see a little bit. There's a lot of good stuff that
you're not going to see the hot tub
down.
Stuff or the heart-shaped bed stuff.
I mean, there was a lot of that.
That's being saved for the OnlyFans that's launching January 1st.
January 1st, don't tell everyone just yet. So we got that stuff up and coming. Then we're going to do a pickups video, which we alluded to in the last podcast is probably going to be easily like an hour.
Try and make sure there's no spoilers in the background.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. All my stuff is like sat over there ready to go. Like it's literally as soon as we sit down to record this stuff, it's all coming out. And
after the last podcast, I actually sat down and listed everything out and put everything in piles chronologically. So I got this game on Thursday. Oh, I got this game on Sunday. Oh, but I got this game on Wednesday.
I'm just going to talk about what I picked up. I can't go into when I picked it up because, to be honest with you, a lot of it's a blur. Like I was going back through the footage and I was like, I forgot we did that. I forgot we did.
I did the same with the shorts. I had to go through the shorts. I was like, oh, that was that day. Remember that?
I know. It's not that I necessarily forgot anything. It was just like, I forgot we did that. Oh yeah, that's cool. All the rest is honestly, Oh yeah, there was that, and like, oh man, yeah, it's gonna be good. So stick around to the YouTube channel for that one, the
YouTube
main
channel.
channel, which will be linked in the description below, all that jazz. But yeah, there's gonna be so much stuff that we're gonna go through, and then finally, our last one is gonna just basically be about what we got up to in both Seattle and Portland, because we had a good old time. There
What a
was there
good
was
old time.
plenty of stuff. I know. There was some good stuff going down there. But oh my god, the stuff that's gonna come from the stuff that we picked up as well. Like, we both picked up quite a few little bits and pieces that
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be working on
And you said,
and working towards.
come like 3 times there.
I'm gonna come all over your face. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyways,
Oh my God.
so
We've
get
we've got
excited. You
a
might
fair
even
bit
come.
to go
Who
through, so I
knows?
think we should just get stuck in with the podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna get stuck
Because
in
this is
because
going to
there
be
is a ton.
fucking fairly chocolate. So do you
Yeah,
want to
there was
start,
quite a
start us
lot
off?
of. Yeah, I'm gonna start us off. There was quite a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about this week, because it was one of those things, like, I haven't really looked into what's been going on in the gaming news, and then I looked and I was like, oh damn, okay.
Some of this news has been announced like a week or two ago, but we're only getting to it now because we're only
Yeah,
sitting doing the podcast now. So this
that's
is our
correct.
take. We've had
But
time to digest.
we have. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is Nintendo patenting a new
Nintendo.
dual screen a new dual screen gaming device that can be split in half, a bit like I did to Graham when we were away. So yeah, the thing is, it's been coming out, and obviously a couple of weeks ago, I think we spoke about it on the podcast, where we were talking about the 3DS. There was something around the 3DS. I think it was Tokyo Game Show, and they were showing off like a beta screen or something like that.
They showed concept with a Ryzen 3 processor, I think it was, or some kind of Ryzen
It
processor.
was
And when we were talking about that, I called it and I said, guaranteed the next Switch is going to have that parallax screen.
Well, that's the thing though. Is this the next Switch? Like, I mean, you reckon this is going to be the next one?
I didn't think they're going to deviate in any way to release what they were calling a 4DS. I can't see that happening. That's like that's like PlayStation trying to release another handheld. Oh wait.
Anyways, so yeah, this thing looks like stop it. This thing looks like a 3DS. And yeah, I don't know how I personally feel about it, but I thought it was something that we need to be talking about, because obviously the rumor mills are well and truly churning now for this new Nintendo Switch. So,
but it looks weird as to how it's going to open. Like, I didn't think it's going to open on a hinge. I think it's going to open on a slide. As in, like, it's not going to open like that. I think it's going to open like that. Like,
but what, then come off? Like, because
no, come off. I can just extend.
because that's what they're saying about this, is that this will actually separate into two different consoles.
Oh, I just thought it was saying I had 2 screens. Oh,
no, it's dual screens, but it actually splits in half, and then it can be used as 2 separate handheld devices.
So maybe they're upgrading like the Joy-Con. They're just going full on double stacking switches.
I don't know. It's very strange anyway. And like, to be honest with you, this is definitely going to be an interesting one to check out. So, because
they're saying,
I'm excited for this, but yeah,
it's got me all over the fucking place. Like, because I can't see them releasing a new handheld outside the Switch. It doesn't make any sense, because they wouldn't release a lesser version and produce games for.
But what if handheld? This is like, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin speculating.
I think it's going, like, for what's happening so far, it's going to be it's basically rumored to be high powered. I'd say it's going to be dockable, and they're saying it's going to be equal to the PlayStation 5 currently. So I don't know what the fuck way this is going to go, because I'd say they're obviously going to stick with the docking mechanic. Yeah, because that's been a big key. That's been a big key factor for them.
I don't know.
There's loads of speculation.
I don't know if it'll necessarily be as powerful as a PlayStation 5.
No, that's just the rumor mill.
No. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, rumor wise, I don't think it will, but they are also known to be a little bit behind. So I wonder if it'll be as powerful as a PlayStation 4. But either way, this thing looks very interesting, and it does look like a 3DS, and the way they've shown the concept of it here is like it's kind of folded over, So that's a bit of an odd one as well. But hey, who knows? This is Nintendo doing what Nintendo does.
Keep us guessing.
So,
and then it'll be nothing like this. It'll be a new fucking pachinko machine, I bet you. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Do you remember
console.
some of the concept stuff? And they were on about patterns and stuff like that before, and it doesn't look like what the Switch was. So this could be well off. But
this could be a red herring. Like they could just be like, "Oh, look at this thing. Let's focus on this thing." And over here,
I don't know. I mean, could they be releasing a new handheld, as in like a little DS type dealio? I don't know, but it's interesting either way. So we'll keep a very close eye on this. I mean, I would imagine you more than me would be interested in keeping a very close eye, but it's still going to be
it's a handheld only device. It doesn't say anything about it being dockable.
That's why I'm saying I think it might be like a new handheld 3DS type dealio. Whether it plays Switch games or whether I don't know what they're doing here, but yeah, it's definitely interesting either way. So yeah, there's that one. So
I don't know. It's got me.
Got you tingling.
It's got me guessing. Well connected, the two halves play together like a DS or 3DS. Interestingly enough, there's also a touchscreen on the outside of the console, which allows gamers to interact with the handheld when it's closed. It doesn't say it detaches. It just says it's two halves.
No, it does. I think it's at the top of the thing. It says it's two playable things. Nintendo have patent filed for a parent dual screen console that can be split in half and become two separate handheld devices. So, yeah, I don't know.
Color me intrigued.
There you go. So, yeah. But one of the next things we got up here, I don't know if you want to take this one, G-Man?
Alan Wake 2 people are pissing him on because Alan Wake 2 is too similar to Resident Evil 4 remake in some capacity, which, that's what happens. Like when you've got a successful game with a successful mechanic, games come out like it, like Gears of War, like the peekaboo run and cover fucking mechanic. It fucking happens. No point getting fucking upset about it, G-Man, because this is too much like a really good game. This is a good game that's too much like a really good game.
I just personally love this because people just start pissing and moaning about stuff.
But what a stupid thing to moan about. If it was too much like a shite game, then you can moan, but it's too much like a good game.
Yeah, it's like getting annoyed at like all the Doom clones out there. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, come on. Like really?
If this is the worst thing in your life today, then you're doing fucking well. This game plays too much like Resident Evil 4 remake. So fuck. How many fucking Gears of War? How many similar games to Gears of War came out? How many similar games to Final Fantasy and Zelda and any successful fucking franchise have came out? Anyway.
And that's one of those things. It just makes.
I didn't watch his video. I was just like, nah, fuck you.
I didn't watch his video either. I didn't need to.
I was almost identical to Resident Evil. Actually,
I don't know. It just makes me laugh because it's just like, this is the problem with a lot of gaming at the moment. People are just shitting on stuff for the sake of being negative for whatever reason, and it's just the main thing I was getting out of this was just the fact that it was just irritating because it's like, who cares if it's like Resident Evil? I don't know who he is. I have never watched his content.
I bet it's some fucking massive YouTuber. Let's start some beef.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
There you go. We know you're watching.
He's got nearly 700,000 subscribers. You fucking cockend.
Yeah.
Fucking too much like. You can fuck off. G-Man, if you're watching us, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Honestly, though, it's very much
all the things to fucking complain about. I've not watched the video. I've basically just read that article. That article could be completely painting the guy in a completely different light. So he might have been like, this is similar to Resident Evil 4, but in a really good way. But the article's you're mocking it.
No, it's just like, he basically criticized it for lacking action and being an experience where you spend more time watching rather than playing. Like, he was just, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I'm into watching, no taking part.
Yeah,
just let me watch you. So it's like the dog in a virtual fucking video games, is it?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every YouTuber has a pull on something, but he's just like pooping all over it. And like, hey, you know, some people that's what they want.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean? Hey,
Hey, wanna
you know.
fuck?
But that's what makes a lot of these games good. I mean, you go back to the survival horror stuff with like, you know, Silent Hill. You know, the that game would have been mainly bloody. Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on.
But like,
Like,
exactly,
it's
like
an experience. That's what gaming is about. It's about
exactly.
the experience. Not everything has to be non-stop action. Kill, 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 die, 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 blah, 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 whatever. It just drives me nuts. It just drives me
like
nuts.
to continue the Resident Evil comparison. Like Resident Evil 1 came out, and how many games came out that were like that survival horror with tank controls and fixed
tons.
camera perspective and everything like that.
Yeah.
And even then, Resident Evil isn't fucking constant stuff. Like, isn't it bombardment? It's fucking...
No, far from it. It's story
It's
building.
like, explore, do a bit, be creeped out, have a fight, so on and so forth.
Yeah. And, like, that's just the pacing of the game. What, you know, I mean... you know, you could look at this and go, oh, well, what are you guys talking about? But it's one of those things that really
funny.
started irritating me. And it is funny. It is definitely funny as well. But it's just like, come on. Like, this has been going on for donkey's years now. Grow up. Like I said, I'm personally not going to be playing Alan Wake 2 because I want a physical of that game.
I'll wait till
unless
it comes out on... I'll wait till it comes out as the epic game of the month.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, if you haven't, Evil Within is still currently available.
I didn't like Evil Within. I found it very boring because everybody was bigging it up.
The second one's a bit better.
Is it?
Yeah, the second.
Like everybody was saying, it was like the scariest game ever, and then I was playing it and I was like,
no. We both know the scariest game ever is Mary Kate and Ashley. Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Oh my god, I know. Speaking of games, though. Speaking of cool games. Speaking of video games.
That was a fucking excellent segue.
Thank you, and I'm glad you pointed it out because now it makes it seem bad.
No, I had to point. No, you have to appreciate a good segue.
Like, one of the games that I know you've been trying to get your hands on is finally coming to Switch Online, the expansion pack for the N64 stuff.
The N64.
One of, if you will, dare I say, one of the best Mario Party games ever.
One of the best. I would go as far to say it's the best Mario Party game.
Well, there we go. So we are, of course, talking about Mario Party 3.
Or that try in Welsh.
Try or tree.
Or tree.
Aye.
Tree.
Yep. So
Mario Party 3 coming to NSO. Fuck. Yes. Like the last couple of Mario Party games that came on Switch have been good, but for whatever reason, Mario Party 3 is just the epitome of party games.
Nailed the formula.
They had a ton of good mini games. They had loads of good maps. They had fucking everything. So the fact this is coming out on NSO, yes, please. And you know what's annoying? The amount of times I've picked up Mario Party 3 for the fucking collection in the last 2 years and they've been fakes. I've picked up, like, I think 3 or 4 copies and they've all been fake.
Sad,
fucking CX bastards.
I know.
But I'm delighted it's coming to it, and I'm delighted that they're making a big push for N64 in the system.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say they're actually the lineup for the Switch N64 stuff is actually looking pretty tidy now. It's looking good. It's got pretty much all the N64 games that you'd want to play. I mean, you might.
They need to start getting some of the rare stuff. Like they go GoldenEye, but they need to get like Conkers.
Conkers,
They need to get all that sweet fucking Titus. They need to get Superman. Like that's what everybody wants.
Look at you jonesing for bloody Superman.
Yes, need to get Superman on it.
100%. Wow. One of the things that I did want to really, really talk about as well is I don't know if you've seen the Ambernick of release. Well, they either are or have released their new handheld system, the RG. Hold on, what was it?
The BJ 69420.
No, like it's the RGARC. That's what they call it.
My name was much better.
Granted,
the BJ 69420 XXX.
I mean, That's one I would definitely look to be purchasing. I can
See,
tell you.
see, I told you, this is much better.
But what excites me about this, right, is the fact that like it's actually following, rather than the Game Boy look, which they kind of followed for the longest time. This RGARC whatever
BG
is
69420 triple X.
69420 triple X is actually following the Sega look, and it's kind of in the shape of a Saturn controller. And it's got like the little screen in the middle. It's got the 6 buttons on there, the 3 at the top and the 3 at the bottom. I really like this. I think it's nice to see something a little bit different going out there. And the specs for it are pretty decent as well. They're saying that it can actually run some Dreamcast and it can actually run some Saturn as well. Now the Dreamcast may be a little bit difficult in terms of like how you play those games, because some of them do require an analog stick, and this thing hasn't got an analog stick. It's just got the D-pad. But ultimately, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking about picking this up. It looks really cool.
So my big problem with a lot of these systems is the fact like some of them are missing buttons in one way or another, and it only makes sense for an emulation device to have the 6 buttons like this.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times you've wanted to fucking emulate like 6-button Sega or whatever.
Yeah,
on them,
no, 100%.
and it has to be like your X fucking circle, triangle, square, and it has to be like L2 and R2. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Stupid, like.
Absolutely
only makes sense
agree.
to be like, you're right by saying it would be handy if it had both on it, like a D-pad and an analog stick.
Yeah.
Like the fact it can play some Dreamcast. See, I don't know, I'm a bit all over the place with these things just now. Just with hacking the handhelds and getting the fucking the Mii U Mini recently enough. Like I don't know if I'm digging on these portable emulation machines or not. Like,
oh, I thoroughly am. I really like
they're,
them.
they're a cool idea. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know if there's just I don't know.
Many?
There's not even that there's too many. No. I think they all basically do the same thing.
Well,
like some of them look differently, some of them perform differently, some of them can run up to whatever, but like all of them so far have been peaking at PlayStation 1. And this can only run some Dreamcast. Can it run Saturn, which is a pain in the arse to emulate? Can it run N64, which is a pain in the arse to emulate?
Well,
saying Dreamcast, that's all well and good. But like the Vita can handle some Dreamcast, but it can also do Saturn as well. But like I don't know, like the thing with a lot of these things is they're like 80 to 100 quid, which is good for somebody who just can this is me speaking now.
Yeah.
Like this is for somebody who just wants to play retro, who isn't collecting, who just wants to play the old games they played back in the day, and handheld's convenient. But like it just seems like this is the new thing now, is they just want to release all these handheld portable emulation devices, and they all just seem the same. They all just seem very samey to me. Like there's nothing definitive between each one apart from the look.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I agree, because like I've been following the emulation sort of stuff for years now. I mean, like donkey's years, and it's taken me a long time to find one that I felt comfortable buying, because it did just seem like, oh, this one's released. I like Ambernick are definitely a big one on that list. They would release one, and then 6 months later they'd have one that'd just be that little tiny bit better. And it very much felt like, well, the stuff I want to play on there, I want it to run really well. I wanted to do that, and the Mii U was the first handheld console, like the little emulation device, that really turned me on to it, because like I was emulating through my PSP, I was emulating through a couple of other different things, Raspberry Pis and all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, that one was the first one that kind of tickled my pickle enough to go, actually, I'm going to put some money down on this because I like it. And it turns out it's a fantastic little system, and I highly recommend anyone go out and buy one. But yeah, no, I completely get your aspect of it as well.
Like, see, I don't know if maybe like to go back to Raspberry Pi, I don't know if maybe that's because I peaked with them too early. Like, they were like my first ones. Whereas like the Raspberry Pi 4 Plus and all that, and the Raspberry Pi 5 that's coming out now, like all these can emulate fucking N64 enable or PlayStation fucking enable or some Dreamcast, some Saturn, everything like that.
Yeah.
But again, that's obviously a whole project thing. Like that's that can be turned into a portable device, or it can be plugged into like a console style thing. Like,
yeah, definitely. Well,
I don't know. I'm still kind of waiting to be blown away by them. There's nothing really just now apart from the Vita. Like, I think the Vita is my favorite one for like portable emulation.
Oh right,
But
okay.
there's nothing really. It's just nicer. Like, I like the 3DS, but it's the fact that there's one like just blank screen fucking annoys me.
Yeah, no, yeah. So obviously since you came over, you've actually helped me mod my 3DS because I don't know what I was doing with it, but I had some issues with it. So since that's been a thing, it's literally just a 3DS game player to me. I don't actually play any emulation on it, nor am I really that bothered. But the Vita, I've started playing emulation on, and I'm with you on it. It's a good device to do it with, and same with the PSP as well. I still thoroughly enjoy playing a lot of like my stuff on there too. So,
but that's another thing. Like, these are like actual handheld consoles as well, so you can play obviously Vita games on your Vita, 3DS games on your 3DS.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty cool.
Strongly mixed. Anyway, do you want to smell like mushrooms and forest soil, or wet cardboard
is that what this
and diesel?
Is?
That's what I say that is. So this is the Metal Gear Solid cologne. So if you want to smell like mushrooms and mud, or if you want to smell like wet cardboard and diesel, that's my scent. That's the one I made for it.
Yeah. Apparently
the official one is mushrooms hand-picked. They specifically say hand-picked.
Mushrooms and forest
mushrooms
soil.
And forest soil. So if you want to smell like a dirty hobo, get the Metal Gear Solid cologne. Pour homme, pour femme, unisex.
Shadow Moses.
This is such a fucking this is fucking ridiculous. I love the article as well because it pointed out. Oh, that's a fuck. Oh, the article it pointed out like a fucking. They're not the first company to make like fucking these types of fucking things. Because it said it specifically because it mentioned one thing. It was like a fucking Sonic air freshener, and it's like, what the fuck does wet hedgehog smell like? Why do I want to smell like that? And it was like a Resident Evil soft drink. I was like, fucking behave yourself. What are you doing?
Oh god. Well, I saw this. I just laughed. I just thought it was brilliant. Like the fact that like you've seen it before. Like what was it? Resident Evil Village? No, not Village. What was the one before?
Before
Resident Evil 7. No, Biohazard. That one had a candle. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
And it they had a candle and it kind of smelled. I don't know. It smelled weird. It smelled like burnt fire and I don't know. Regret.
Burnt fire.
But yeah, like a burning fire and regret.
But like if you wanted to smell like the house in Resident Evil 7, then you want to smell like fucking decay and death and mustiness.
Yeah.
It's not really conducive to a good home smell, if you ask me.
I actually bought my wife I bought her some Star Wars candles a little while ago, and it's like the trash compactor and stuff like that, and it smells god awful. Like it really does. Compactor. Yeah, exactly. But that's the point, I thought they would just like play on whatever, and it's just actually quite nice smelling things. But no, they smell disgusting. So with this, it's like. Is anyone really? I mean, obviously the collectors for MGS 100%. Are going to go bananas for this, but like, no one's really going to buy this to use, are they? They're not thinking, don't worry about what's that? Oh, Johnny Depp. What was the one he had? Remember, I was in the airport, Savage or whatever it was. Like no one's going to be buying it for that reason. They're not going to go, oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid. I want to smell amazing. No, are they hack?
Let's smell like Shadow Moses. But I think even the article it says like when you're playing the game, just spritz them into the air and then start playing. It'll be like you're really there. Whoa, the immersion, man. That's why I was thinking like wet cardboard and diesel makes more sense because you're in a fucking warehouse and you're hiding in cardboard boxes 90% of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes more sense to me. Anyway, definitely. That was that one. I want to go
That
into
was
this
that
next
one.
one because this one's very fucking funny.
Right, so yeah, no, this one I think I even put it in the docker as like absolute meme fest or something
Meme
like
fest.
that. So Hogwarts Legacy is coming out on the Switch, and they basically said, "Oh yeah, don't worry, we've already released a day one patch," and it's just
8
like, oh,
fucking gig.
8 gig for a game that's already probably only about 32 anyway. So like, what's that, like 1/5 of the game?
They saw the fucking backlash of MK1 and they're like, lads, we need to fucking finish this game pronto. And they're like,
Yeah.
day one 8 gig update? How small can you make the fucking update? 8 gig. Fuck.
It's probably only like, well, I mean, they only go up to 32 gig, don't they? The games.
Oh, fucking tell you.
So I don't know how they're pulling this off. I mean, there's got to be a ton of optimization, but this feels like as soon as this drops, there's going to be some hilarious photos going around.
Oh,
a bit like MK1.
See, that's the thing, but like, see, it's hard because like this is obviously going to be like, this is a big open. I don't know if you've played it, but this is a big fucking open world game.
I have played it, and I completely agree. It is.
There's a big fucking draw distance and loads of shit rendering.
Mm-hmm.
And fair enough, they've got like Red Dead Redemption, but that's an older game. This is a fucking big game. Like they've got Doom Eternal running on the Switch, near perfect. They've got fucking what was the other game? That fucking Crisis. Like they got that running well. Mortal Kombat 11 run well. I don't know.
Yeah,
but like it was funny because like I actually googled it. I was like, what is the most graphically intensive game on the system? Do you know what was number one? Do you know what apparently the most graphically intensive game on the system is?
Animal Crossing.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
That game is incredible.
It's amazing. And it's funny because like there's loads of light into it, there's loads of depth, loads of everything to it. And it does make sense, but like I was thinking more like, you know, around the likes of like fucking Tears of the Kingdom or whatever. That's the closest I think it's going to get to fucking Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, there's going to be I don't know.
I have played this game on a PS5, and let me tell you, everything in this game is detailed, it's textured, it's really rich. You know, you're walking around, you can see like all the little bits in the walls where they're slightly moved out, and you can see like each brick, and like that's just gonna have to be like a shade of gray or something to pull that off. Like I understand what you're saying about Doom and all that kind of stuff, but ultimately
they're like different games though, like they're like
but what I was gonna say is Doom is like, it's got detail and stuff like that, but ultimately a lot of the shapes and stuff like that are very similar. Like, you know, you've got a rock platform, it's just rocks. Do you know what I mean? You've got like ether over there, you've got a couple of stars. Do you know what I mean? You can
but it's like the map itself is all that's rendered. There's no all the stuff that's miles away.
Yeah. But with Hogwarts Legacy, like you look around and you can see cracks, and you can see like I said, with the buildings themselves, the walls, the bricks, they're not quite level and they're not quite all together, and it's and like I said, you know, you're talking about people that have got like moving clothing. I mean, come on, how many times have we seen that where the clothing is a problem? Because like again, you look at things like I mean, Red Dead, really, there's not a lot of movement.
No.
A bit of hair.
Like I said, it's an older game as well, though. Like, so
that's an older game, you know, all that kind of stuff. This is like when they move, their robes flow with them, and then you've got like the floaty characters, and like there's so much going on there. I don't know how they're going to achieve it, even with this 8 gigabyte patch that they're throwing on it. And what also, I tell you another thing that really kind of annoys me as we're moving into this all digital future nonsense is like, what happens when the Wii U situation happens where they're shutting down the stores and you can't download these patches anymore? You've only got the opportunity to play a very broken game. It just drives hell into me. It just drives absolute hell into me.
Well, I suppose we're fortunate in one way that there's a very active modding and restoration and preservation community out there. That
well done. That's a good that. I tell you what, for a Scots guy, that was fantastic.
I'd love to go fucking lie down after that. You know what I mean?
Vocabulary used up for the fucking week. That is
The vocabulary.
the vocabulary. Yeah.
But I.
Sorry.
The
preservation.
The thing with the people in the
history
place
stuff,
and the day and the do's and dies and the nos. You get me?
I do. I understand completely.
It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out because it's either going to be okay or it's going to be an absolute fucking shit show. And I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be somewhere in between.
This is going to be. No, I think this is going to be an MK1 thing again.
When's it coming out? Actually, I don't know.
It's very soon, I believe. 17th of November.
Oh fucking hell, there you go.
So yeah, we're not far away at all.
I can't wait to see like all the NPCs like walking in place.
Yeah.
And like all the shit just spawning in the sky.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's he doing up there?
I know. And like, I thought there's just too much to really
it's going to
start
be
going
amazing.
into. You could do an hour-long video on just what things could go wrong.
But it's been delayed like twice as well, I think.
I think it has, yeah. It's been a little while. Well, I know for a fact that the PlayStation version, I've had that since the summer, so it's got to be a few months.
Oh no, like it was slated for a different release date anyway. Like I think it was meant to be like April, and then it was like July, and then it was November. Sure, it might not even come. It might be July. It might be fucking November 2025. And they've managed to get the update to 7 gig.
Yeah, they've managed to scrape a whole gigabyte off it.
Look, I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I got the other day. Since we're talking about Switch, this isn't on the dock now. I'm going to throw a fucking curveball at you.
Oh god,
I got fucking Super Mario Brothers Wonders.
Yeah,
it is fucking amazing.
I played a small amount of it. I'm hoping I will get to sit down and give it a proper good see into soon. But
I just didn't get how they can keep making the same game, but each time they make it, it just gets better.
Well, what I did play though, it was slightly different to like everything else that's kind of.
Oh, but it's like the 2D Mario or like the 3D
the 3D
side scrolling Mario.
Yeah,
it's like Super Mario Brothers on the Wii U, but there's like loads of new bits they've added and loads of new mechanics, and it's fucking amazing. Oren is obsessed.
Is he?
When I go to the game with Friday and I picked him up from school, he'd be like, "Guess what? Do you want to see what I got?" He's like, "What?" And he's never usually one for going like, "Oh, it's that game." But when I showed him that, he's like, "Oh,
no way.
Super Mario Wonders! Fuck yes!" Well, you never said "fuck yes," but he was internalizing.
Like, oh yeah. No.
So
he was losing his little mind.
Him and Kian were sitting playing it on Saturday morning. I shit you not, for 4 solid hours.
Oh wow!
For like 6:30 in the morning to like about fucking 11:15. Just
wow. Straight on it.
They're like, "Dad, look what level I'm on." It's like, "Where are you?" It's like, "Oh, we're in this kingdom now."
What? Yeah, I'd
played it for like an hour the night before, and then fucking they take over. It's what we've done. Anyway, that was my.
Well, no. As we're doing curveballs, I'm gonna throw one in there as well, talking about stuff. So my little lad was a bit of a naughty boy last week, so I ended up having to take a switch off him because he was being a very naughty boy. And then the wife was like, "I'm gonna end up killing him if he doesn't have something to play." So I went on to my PlayStation and I was going through like a list of stuff that he might enjoy. And I downloaded a few games at his request, not mine, at his request. One of which was Ghostbusters, the 2009 game that was on Xbox and all that. So he started playing that, which is amazing. Then what was the other one? I Am Bread was another one that he wanted to play.
Oh, I've heard that.
It's like a physics-based game, and surprisingly, it's quite hard. But he's given it a good old go. You know, he's still stuck on the first level, but he's giving it a good go.
Good man.
And the other one that he wanted to check out was Star Ocean, randomly. The original PS1 game that got remade on the PlayStation 4. So he had a little go at that, and he thoroughly enjoyed that. And I thought, hey, now he's showing a bit of promise.
Here we go.
Now he's showing a bit of promise. He's enjoying a Square Enix RPG.
You know what game is like Star Ocean? Do you know what game is like that?
Shut up.
Tears of the Kingdom. You're fucking right it is.
Tears of the Kingdom. I know. Well, he hasn't played on that for like a good solid 4 days. It's quite
because he's not his fucking Switch.
I know. So yeah, but
Is that oh, you're just going to punish it? It's like when people used to write with their left hands back in the day.
Oh, shut up!
You're going to keep any excuse to fucking take his Switch off. What was that? Did you not say thank you? Fucking Switch taking off, yeah. What was that? You started walking with your left foot instead of your right. Fucking Switch taking off, yeah.
Get him out. Get him gone.
Finish your peas. I don't like peas. Fucking Switch taking off, yeah.
Get him gone. Go on. Get off it. Yeah.
I see your game now. There we go. The only thing you can play is PlayStation.
That's right.
Fuck's sake, that's a punishment and a half.
Oh, shut up.
That being said, though, another curveball here for you. Since getting the Mii U, I've loaded it with fucking PlayStation 1 games. And, like, there's a load of stuff that I've played back in the day. There's a load of game that I've only kind of played parts of. So I'm going to maybe use that as, like, my main kind of PlayStation 1 play.
To be honest with you, that's what I'm doing. Like, a lot of the games that I want to play on PlayStation 1, I've loaded up on there, and I've just been chipping away at them. And having a
Did you see somebody commented on a video earlier on saying that apparently the DS can be emulated on it now? Apparently someone updates
Mii
on the Mii U Mini,
yes. Yeah, because so there's two systems that they were talking about recently when it comes to the Mii U. One was they've put another PlayStation emulator on there, which I was trying to figure out how to do. And I've been looking into it, and I can't figure it out, and nobody's done it. There's a couple of videos on YouTube going, "Oh yeah, look, this is it running on this."
Oh, I hate the ones where it's just like,
I hate that. Yeah, look, I did it, but it's like no indication as to how. So yeah, that kind of annoyed me a little bit. But yeah, the DS running on there. I mean, the thing is, I've seen the emulation of it doing it on there. Like the Mii U is a great system, but it struggles with DS because it's just a lot for it to take on. I think it can run on there, but it runs slower. Yeah, exactly. It runs on there, but it runs slowly. So it's not something that I'm personally interested in.
Just because it starts up doesn't mean it runs. Just like if the dress zips up, it doesn't mean it fits.
Yeah, do you remember like when you used to load up GameCube games back in the day and they used to be jittery as anything, and you'd be like, oh, but it can run GameCube. You know, it was like, well, no, not really. It can try to run GameCube, but it can't. You can't be sitting down playing Star Fox on it or whatever.
Oh man, here's another fucking curveball. Do you see what I posted on Instagram earlier with F-Zero?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, I got because I got that controller when I was in Portland. I've had it plugged in here, and I've using the emulator, but I was going through all the like upgrade settings and stuff like that, basically getting like the GameCube running in 4K. Fuck me, man.
Really?
I was playing F-Zero GX yesterday, and like all the graphics were absolutely fucking tanked to fuck. Everything was smooth as fuck and just run like butter. And fucking hell, it's so fucking tasty.
I need to sit down and start playing about with those. Like at the moment, I've got like just crazy amounts of stuff I got to be cracking on other than sitting down and playing that. But I do want to sit down at some point and really go through, because there are a couple of GameCube games I want to go back to, and there are a couple of Wii games I want to check out as well. So like, because I'm guessing you're doing this through Dolphin.
Aye.
Yeah, well, there you go. So that's something that I've definitely has.
Yeah, we get back to the script.
Let's go back to the script. Come on. Well, originally it was going to be my little segue, memeing Hogwarts Legacy, saying that it's going to look as bad as Mortal Kombat 1 to lead into this one about Mortal Kombat 1. So basically, they've released a Halloween DLC. A Halloween DLC, not DLC, like a... Well, no, it is. It's kind of like a DLC.
It's one like piece of DLC. Things.
Yeah.
For a tenner. You know what this reminded me? When I read this, the first thing that came to mind is that episode, Always Sunny, with Charlie's mum's got cancer. Give me money me, a lot now. That's literally all I heard in my head when I was reading this article. That's all I could fucking think of. Money me. Give me money.
Give me money. I know.
It's fucking $10 for a fatality. Like, fucking behave yourself. Like,
I know, $10 for a fatality.
Do you want to know what this is for? This is to fix their broken ass fucking Switch version.
Yeah.
They need money.
Yeah.
Money me.
Yeah.
Money me a lot now. They fixed the fucking Switchy Do version.
But don't worry, because those Money Me people that bought the game for $110, they get it. You know, they get
fucking...
it.
Oh, that's nice. You spent $110 on a fucking game. You know, we'll give you this one piece. There you go. Fucking pleb.
So it actually costs 1,200 dragon crystals, which again is like $10 mark. So it's just crazy. Like, come on, what is that? What is even that?
Remember when you used to get like updates for free, and you used to get stuff for free?
Remember when you used to just buy a game and it used to just be
finished?
Yeah, it used to just be like, oh, cool. You know, speaking about going back to PS1 and GameCube and Wii and all that, yeah, no DLCs there, were there?
There's no day one updates. You know, the game just loads up. It doesn't have to update for the first 52 hours of its existence.
I know. Like, don't get me wrong. I like, in this day and age, there is some cool stuff when they do update. You know, it's like, we'll use Doom 2 as Quake 2 as an example. Like the update for that, free, updated game, amazing, everything added on there. You're just getting more content for free. Incredible.
And even then, to buy Doom 2 when it was released was still only a $5.
But this is what I mean, going back and just getting it, great. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what it should be for a lot of this sort of stuff. And then you come out with absolute nonsense like this. It just drives me nuts. What's the point? Like, oh, money. How about you make a product that's worth paying the money for? People will buy a lot more of it. Because, I mean, like, you look at things like, what was it? The 2K WWE games. Like, people just stopped buying them because they were just coming out broken messes. Oh, but it's okay because we got a patch. You don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Aye.
Just take a bit longer. Yeah, take a bit longer.
Do you know what's caused this? Is all these fucking people pissing and moaning that the game's been delayed again. This game's been delayed again. I've been looking forward to this game for 7.5 weeks. It's my favourite game of the year. I've not played it yet. And then they're like, right, fine, here's your fucking game. The game's fucking broken. Damn it, fucking patch. Like, fuck off. Like, there's no fucking happy medium. Like, that's literally what it is. Delay a game. Finish the game. Fucking quality test it. Fucking find all the bugs, or as many bugs as you can before you fucking release it. Exactly. Delay it 6 months. Delay it a year. Couldn't give a fuck. It's cause of all these fucking... No.
Rein it back. You never go full.
Never go full Robert Downey Jr.
No,
but like that's literally what's caused it. Like, it's all these people who are fucking pissing and moaning. The game's been delayed again. And then the game comes out and it's the same fucking people who are moaning then that the game's fucking broken. And you've been working on the game for like 6 years. How's it not finished? Because it takes a fucking long time to make a video game. Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with, like, if there's DLC packs and stuff like that they want to release as standalone things. Like, you know, Final Fantasy VII's apparently having some DLC. Or is it Final Fantasy 16? Sorry. Final Fantasy 16. That's going to have some DLC at some point. Great. I don't care if that's going to take me a couple of years. Just give me something that's solid, decent, and worth playing. Do you know what I mean? Like with Borderlands, for example, Borderlands 3, they did about 4 standalone DLCs and they were all incredible. Thoroughly enjoyed it in Borderlands 3. I enjoyed every single one of those. It was worth paying for, and you thought, yeah, I want that. And then what did they do? They released like a bundle pack, a gold edition with them all included. Great. Do that. That works. Do you know what I mean? If people want to play a little bit more after they've completed the game and whatever, yep, crack on. Buy the DLC. Play it like that. Don't be throwing all this nonsense all the time with these patches and day one patch. It's just... What a world, like,
the way things are now. It makes me miss like the first iteration of battle passes, because it's like, or season passes even. Yeah. Because like when I first got the PC and I started playing Battlefield 4, you bought the season pass for next to 60 quid, right? So it made the game like 140 quid, but you were getting 2 years worth of content. You were getting 4 fucking packs. Every 6 months, and every month you were getting something different, and it was just one price, and it was a constant stream of content then. And it's the same with like fucking Gears of War. It was like an extra 20 quid for the season pass, and then you'd get the 2 DLCs or the 2 expansions or whatever that came out following
Great.
it then, or you could buy them
Yeah.
individually and touch
Yeah.
yourself. It's a fucking cold day in hell now, the fact that people, like, I'm fucking missing what season passes used to be, because they got rid of that and started replacing it with one of this fucking battle pass pish. And I know it's kind of,
Yeah.
but even then it's just,
No, but
it just seems to be
You're
they're just
right.
like, they're pissing out like, oh, here's this fucking thing, just charge them a fucking $10 and fucking keep them happy. Like, that's the way it seems now. Like, here's this fucking Halloween fatality for fucking whoever. I fucking $10, I'll keep them happy. If they want to complain, fuck themselves. Like, it's just it's fucking stupid. Like,
honestly, it just angered me, and that's why I wanted to throw this in. Like it hasn't been a meme fest enough as it is. They're just drawing more attention to themselves.
no.
Not for the good reasons either. So there you go.
All to fix their fucking Switch version. Anyway,
there you go.
there was two things added to the end of the list there because I wanted to talk about them. Because they came out while we were in Portland. Or one of them did it.
Yeah, one of them did, yeah.
So
go on.
there's a guy called Serkin Toto. I'm not 100% sure who he is. But he basically posted a cryptic tweet basically saying that there's going to be a ZR 2023.
Oh yeah.
So basically everybody's now speculating that it means Zelda Remake 2023. So that the internet is abuzz that there's going to be HD ports to the Switch, a Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
That's what annoyed me, because I was hoping, when I first read it, I was like, fucking finally, they're going to fucking HD upscale Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask and bring them to the Switch. Fuck yes. I started getting, because like mind it was Zelda's fucking 30th anniversary there last year or
oh, was it? I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know.
But there was a big speculation. Mind when the Game and Watch thing came out, the fucking Wii thing, because it was Zelda's anniversary.
Sorry,
And
I say that
like,
not because I'm shitting on Zelda, but because they didn't basically do fuck all for it.
That's what I'm saying.
It was so dire.
Nothing. They were like, here's a wee fucking handheld and thanks. So like everybody was expecting.
Thanks with the middle finger.
And they announced fucking Skyward Sword actually. But I think that was just a fucking...
Everyone was really pining for that game, weren't they? Jesus, come on. Like, I'm sorry.
It's a good game,
like,
didn't get me wrong, but everybody was fucking...
Everyone wants Ocarina of Time. Yeah, Ocarina of Time is probably... I know the thing is, they did the thing on the 3DS. Like, why isn't there... Like, you've seen some of the renders of, like...
Luigi's Mansion. Why the fuck are they not bringing over Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time? Just put them on one cart. Arseholes like me will buy it for 70 fucking quid. It doesn't have to even be anything fucking fancy.
It's printing paper, you know?
Printing fucking money, Nintendo. That's all you need to do. Put 2 games you've made on a cart, release it on the Switch, and sell it. And fucking cunts like me, I'll be like, oh, yes, I'm going to buy that.
Just dribbling over it. But this is what I'm saying. It's just so stupid. But do you know what I genuinely want? Do you know what I really, really want? I want them to be able to do like what we've seen on like there's YouTube renders and stuff like that where they've upgraded Zelda.
Fucking Unreal, aye.
Yeah, the Unreal 5 Ocarina of Time trailer thing or whatever. Majora's Mask, sorry, that wasn't it? Like, bring out something like that. Like, come on. Like, the fans want it. People are able to do it. Chuck a bit of fan service the way. Don't worry about... bringing...
I didn't get why it always has to be fucking Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. Like, they remade Link's Awakening, which I think's fucking amazing. Link's Awakening's like my second favourite Zelda game of all time.
But that
remake was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Agreed. That's my favourite Zelda game. And that is what I'm saying. They did it with that. So why can't they do it with the N64 ones? Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. But
even then, like, they done it for the 3DS. They literally just need to do Luigi's Mansion 2, put them on a fucking game cart, sell them to cunts like me, and we will fucking love Nintendo for another 5 years.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's the bare fucking minimum. That's all they need to do. Maybe put a wee bit of gold on the old fucking case. That's it. That's what you need to do. Nothing special. No booklet. Didn't even have to put artwork on the inside.
No. But to be honest with you, like I said, I just like this is one of the few times where I will say I feel bad for Zelda fans because it's just like you have the ability to be able to do it. And like I said, you know, it would, like for obviously like Final Fantasy fans like myself, like with 7, the upgrades that we're getting right now are incredible, and I just feel bad that Nintendo aren't doing the same for you guys. Do you know what I mean?
You're
Like,
sorry, but when you look back on this when you edit it together later, you're going to see that you've frozen like twice for like 5 seconds. You're like,
oh really?
hey. Probably saying the most profound shit, but I'm not getting it.
You don't worry.
I know
It's fine.
your audio's getting it, but that's fine. But apparently, the Game Awards in December, there's going to be an announcement. But apparently, the whole thing is ZR 2023, and the Game Awards are in December.
What's ZR? What's that? Sorry.
They think it means Zelda remake.
Oh, okay. Okay. There you go. Fair enough.
The last thing I'd like to talk about, this is going to be a bit of a sore spot, because we're going back to the trusted analog. The people that tried to bring you the analog pocket and then changed their minds and then released another analog pocket, but then changed their minds again, and they keep bringing it out. They're bringing out a $800 N64. Thanks for watching. So see you in the next one. Like, I got excited when I read this, but then I saw it was analog, and then I was like, okay, so they're going to make like 6 and sell them for ridiculous prices, and then basically sell another 1,000 without making any. And then I was like, oh. And I think it was you that pointed out the price.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh,
it was.
Fuck.
So one of the things about
beans,
this, right? So obviously on our YouTube channel right now, there's been a lot of controversy because of the video that I recently put out with KB about the no. There is a bit of controversy there because people are pissed at analog because they really. And rightfully so, yeah, because they do exactly what you just said. They keep releasing these systems, make them hard as balls to get your hands on. Then they sell out. Then they're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna like make people wait for ages. Then bring out another system that people can actually get their hands on within a reasonable time. Then that sells out because I'm looking at the pockets right now and they're all sold out now. So say like I'd waited a little bit, like a month, you know, because Christmas is coming up and I was waiting to save up for this, and now I've got enough money. I go to buy it. Oh, what's that? No. And they're just overpriced as well. Like, I mean, I get the technology, I get all that kind of stuff, but like, in my opinion, these things are very overpriced. They're the premium. They're the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. You know, they are the big boys. But at the same time, it's like, for example, I wanted a Mega SG, right? I've been after one of them for a little while, and then eventually, when I was able to afford one, it was like, literally like that, because they just sold out and they're never to be made again. And I think they did like a very short run after it, but again, I didn't have that in my sights at the time. And then I was like, oh, what, they're redoing this? And then when I went on there, it was sold out again. It's one of the few systems that I did actually want to get my hands on, and they're just so expensive. I saw one at Portland, and I nearly bought it, but it was $350. And I was like, nah, you're all right. It just irritates me. It just really irritates me. But yeah, there's been quite a bit of controversy about all this sort of stuff. But going back to your N64, I mean, those games are only ever going to look as good as the hardware was able to do. I mean, what is your actual thoughts on this though? Like, that's what I want to know.
So their biggest selling point just now is the fact is this fucking FPGA model thing, which is like a processor thing that's the single processor itself is basically meant to emulate like the whole N64 system.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it's saying that it's Bluetooth and it's wireless and Bluetooth. Which
you've already done.
Wireless Bluetooth and 2.4G. So I mean, it's got Wi-Fi. That's the only thing I've not done in N64. So I've added Bluetooth.
I thought you had done that.
No, not yet. I've got Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth controllers, but that's not different. But like they're basically saying that it's going to reimagine the N64. So the only thing I can imagine is it's going to do something with the texture cache. But like you said, all these games are going to look like they're not going to be re-fucking texturing entire fucking games or anything like that by any means.
No.
800 quid is steep as fuck if that's what it's going to be.
It's about as steep as the price of a console can be.
Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like the 4K, 4K is all well and good, but you can get the fucking 50 quid AliExpress N64 HD mod that's good. Like it might not be fucking 4K, but like realistically, how good are the games going to look?
But realistically, what I mean, you could go out and get one of these. What's it called? The retro tanks.
Aye.
You can get your frame
I've
meisters.
got
You can
mine.
get what's the OSSC thing you've got?
OSSC, yeah.
Yeah, you got those things that can potentially upscale your actual current N64 anyway, and you could do it for like a third of the price, pretty much. Do you know what I mean? And still be able to afford a pricey game or two if there was like a game that you wanted, like Conkers or whatever, where it is a bit more steeper. Like, I just don't see who this is aiming towards, really.
Rich,
it's just
well-off cunts with more fucking money than sense who are alright waiting for a product they're never going to get. But like, to go back to like this analog thing, they seem to be following the whole fucking like the limited run type thing, where it seems like they're just kind of putting pre-orders in. Oh no, didn't get me fucking started. I brought fucking limited run up.
You did, yeah.
But it's like, you know the thing, but it's like
button pusher trigger.
Fucking right. Why'd you only limit
you know what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
But it's like, you know, the fact it's like, oh, like 5,000 pre-orders, we're only going to order, or we're only going to order like 2,000, and then we use the rest of the money to invest into the next thing, and then when we put all the pre-orders up, we'll then go
we're
back
only going to make 5.
That 3,000, and then that I'll have to wait because we can only make 2,000 today, but then we'll release a glow in the dark version, and then we'll fucking
like, honestly, it just triggers me so much with these companies, because it's just like, it feels very much like a Ponzi scheme. Like,
100%.
we're gonna use the money from this to make the next thing, and then eventually 2 years later we'll sell those poor bastards the stuff.
And then
it's just,
once we've done this a couple of times, we'll go bankrupt, and then we'll say we can't honour them, but we can't refund you because we're bankrupt, and then we're going to walk away with fucking millions of fucking money. Aye.
Yeah. I said, I get there's a market out there for these systems, and I do get excited. Like with the Mega SG, I genuinely, that was a system I looked at and thought I would love to get my hands on one of them. That'd be great. Just get one of them, an Evercade cart, and I would be laughing. I would be so happy. But honestly, like, even back then, and that was one of the earlier ones, because obviously they did the Super Nintendo, they did all that kind of stuff as well, and it was just a ball ache, like, from the word go. So I've got massive issues with this company, if I'm truthfully honest.
100%. Like I was excited when I first read this. I was excited. And I was like, fucking hell. Then I looked into it and I was like, oh, fuck. Then the shadows started to fucking draw on. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Yeah. And like I say, it's just, and I get they're a premium brand. They remind me of like Apple in that respect. They want to be the best of the best. And to be fair, they achieve that. However, I am just not prepared to support.
I don't know, like I didn't think the Analog Pocket is that much above a Game Boy Pocket with a fucking LCD screen up. I know there's other stuff it can do, but at the end of the day, a Game Boy Pocket and a fucking LCD monitor, an LCD screen, and a fucking EverDrive is only about fucking 200 quid max.
Well, this is where the idea. This is where the idea for that video where we discussed the Miu Mini versus the Analog Pocket came in, because I personally believe, genuinely, hand on heart right now, I believe that Miu Mini can achieve everything that the Analog Pocket can.
Oh, except reading actual cartridges.
Apart from that,
they can do that. Like, that's fucking neat.
But if you can get your hands on the ROMs, what's the big deal?
Exactly, yeah.
You know, we're not going to sit here and tell you how to do that right now. But at the same time,
Google.
That is... Yeah, Google. It would be the easiest one. But my point is that you can get your hands on whatever game you want. So what are you really paying for? The physical cartridge? Okay. Like, are you really willing to pay the extra money just so you can play your physical cartridges? You know, I know it doesn't. And, you know, like, the original companies aren't getting money for that sort of stuff, like Game Boy. You know, Nintendo aren't getting money for Game Boy anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not...
But that's another thing. Is like, as bad as Nintendo are, why the fuck are they not going after them? Because usually Nintendo are fucking all over this shit. Like,
probably because it's proprietary stuff that's just able to read. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like Sony going after every CD making company because they can read read the discs.
well, no, because like if a company releases, it's like when they release Bleem, and they start losing their shit because
I know.
I don't know.
I
It just seems like it's something Nintendo would go like, fuck you, and sue them. Fuck you. I didn't even mean to say like that. I just happened to say like that.
No, I love that you said it like that. But
fuck you.
I agree. Fuck you. No, sorry everyone who's listening. You just hear me and Graham with our profanities.
Listen, we love the CCP.
I don't understand it personally. I really, really don't. So,
bye. That was my exciting news. I sent you this video earlier on with this guy who's like pretending to be a dragon. I don't know why, but I fucking love his stuff. I am fucking all about the cringe, and it's just the funniest fucking thing on the planet.
Oh yeah, no, I was laughing at that video. That was quite funny.
I'll open my phone there to check the time, and his video was still on Instagram. I was like, haha, legend.
Oh god.
Well, that's it, to be honest. Like, I've got.
Well, there's one thing I want to throw out there, just very quickly before we wrap up. Okay, this isn't gaming related, but I just wanted to shout out a little R.I.P. to Adam Johnson. I don't know if you're aware of this.
This is fucking ridiculous.
I honestly, this was one of the worst things, but I just sort of wanted to chuck a little rest in peace out there, buddy, because he died this week. So Adam Johnson suffered a fatal neck injury from a skate worn by a Sheffield Steeler player, Matt Petgrave, on Saturday evening. He was 29 years old, and basically it slit his jugular, and he was pronounced dead on arrival.
If he was fucking drop kick Liu Kang style into the fucking throat.
No, I've actually seen the video. Don't ask me how or why.
I've seen it as well.
Video, but yeah, no, and it was brutal.
Right.
Absolutely brutal. And I just thought, my God. So yeah, unfortunately, he passed away, and there's going to be a remembrance thing. Oh, that might have already happened actually, but yeah. Either way, it was absolutely devastating. So I just sort of wanted to chuck a little remembrance, acknowledged his work, because he was a pretty decent player. So yeah, there you go. I just wanted to end on that little note right there.
And Matthew Perry died as well.
Oh, how did I miss Matthew Perry? Yeah, Matthew Perry, another one. He drowned in his jacuzzi. Love him. So yeah.
Well, we fucking ended this on a fucking high note. Thanks, James.
Sorry, I just wanted to pay tribute to him.
Analog Pocket. Fucking jugular slits and fucking cardiac arrest.
Don't worry, next week we'll make it all happy again. Don't worry. We'll be back in there. Don't worry about it.
But I'm all about this fucking cringy stuff on Instagram now. I don't know why, but it's just so fucking funny. It makes me realize how much of a fucking normie I am sometimes. Like,
I know it's bad when the internet can make you feel like you're normal.
That's amazing.
It's so bad.
I want to start making videos like this. Just cringe as fuck.
Everyone keep an eye on the YouTube channel, because Graham is now basically going to be doing cringe with these shorts all the way.
All these like fucking beta simps.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Fucking love it. We need to get some new Discord mods as well, purely for the fact that a load of the cringe stuff is all like Discord mods. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm the best Discord mod. Like, kind of shit, like just fucking cringe as fuck.
We will discuss this and get it on. So
we need to get some toxic as fuck Discord mods just for the fucking lols. That's what we need. So apply down below. Send us a message.
Yeah,
we need some.
Thank you,
toxic
everyone.
Discord mods.
Thank you for everyone for entertaining this idea as well. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Toodles.